Hello everyone. Today we will see how to turn this system checkbox component to a beautiful switch component. Let's get started with Visual Studio Code. I'll create my component container as switch. This is a class name I used for switch component. And inside the switch component, I'll create my input type equal to checkbox. Since checkbox has state, this helps me to achieve the switch button. As you can see, when I save the document, you have the checkbox on your page. And as I used in the previous example as well, I've used the display flex 100 ph 100 view width to make my checkbox appear on the center of the page. Now let's start with the switch component CSS. As you can see here, I've started writing the switch CSS. Next, I will go ahead and write the required CSS for checkbox to make sure it doesn't appear on my browser. For this, I'll be using appearance none. And just to make sure I have support for WebKit, I'm adding this. This is important for you if you want to support multiple browsers. So here you can see my checkbox has been disappeared. Next, I'll make use of the pseudo elements before, and then I'll make sure I create the base for my switch. So on this example now, as you can see in this CSS, I'm simply creating a base, the initial base for my switch. For this, I'll make use of height and width. I mentioned height 64 pixel, and then the height I'll change it to 32 pixel and the width 64 pixel. And then I'll set a background for my base. And you can see the rectangle has been created. Now with the help of border radius, I will make it look like the base of the switch. So our base is ready now. Once the base is ready, I'll make sure to create my next element in the switch, a circle. So in order to create the circle, I'll make use of another pseudo element after. So for this particular element, I'll start write the same code. As you can see here, content and then position absolute. So my desired height for my circle will be height 24 pixel and width 24 pixel. Once the height and width is set, then I will apply the color white, because that's what I wanted to show inside the base. Now, as you can see here, once you save this, you can see a circle appeared. Now, the next important thing is to position it using transform. When you use transform translate, we write translate. This is where I will move my circle in desired position. In my case, it's 4 pixel, 4 pixel. As you can see, I moved it. Next, I will go ahead and create the state. Since the checkbox has checked state, I will move my inner circle to the desired position to give the feel of checked or toggle switch. Now, when I write the transform here, let me change the value 32 pixel, and you see the example on the browser. When I click, it already moved. Although the move is quick, we will go ahead and fix this in some time. But first, let me go ahead and add the pointer on checkbox, cursor pointer. Yes. So as you can see now, I have a pointer on top of my switch. So it's working as desired. Now I need to make sure the transition of this switch is a bit slower, so it gives a realistic feel. As you can see here, the inner circle is moving slowly because of the transition linear point to S. Next I will make sure the switch is actually working by changing its background color. So for this I'll make use of once again the check state, and here on the before sudo I will change the color to green. Let's check how it works. Yeah, the color changed to green. So we achieved our first step. Next I'll add some transition to give a realistic feel of how the background color changes. Let's save it. You can see there is a delay in applying the transition. So I'll go ahead, I've changed it to 4S, yes. Now I'll go ahead and change the same transition to come back. That is our gray color. So here I applied the 4S. Now you can see the color changes with some delay. So this is how you can create a switch using input type checkbox and with the help of before and after pseudo element. Next we will see how to take this switch box to the next level. So here for this example I used green color. Now let's change the color to a different hex and see how the switch button looks. As you can see, the color changed. Let me also change to a different color in 1E83. Yeah, so these are the different material design colors. So this is how you can beautify your switch component with different colors. Play around with different colors, and this is the easiest way to create toggle using checkbox. I hope the tutorial was useful. If you have any feedback or follow-up questions, feel free to share your comments. See you in the next video. Thank you.